Hey everybody, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. This is your weekly heavy rotation. First, right off the bat, I want to apologize to you guys. I said that in December I was going to make a video every day, and then things happened, and I didn't. Bought that huge collection, and it swamped me, and I couldn't do much more. So the last video I did was Wednesday. Today's Monday, so I skipped like 4 days. So I apologize, but I'm going to try to do better. We'll just say from here on out, I'll do the best I can to do one every day. I'm probably not going to do one on the weekends because it's super busy at the shop, and that's a little too ambitious for me. But I'm going to do the best I can. Tomorrow, we will have a new episode of Punk with Jeremy. Last week, we talked about proto-punk and garage. This week, we're talking about just the birth of punk. And the next week, we're talking about post-punk. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Most everything in this video, almost, is stuff that I got from that metal collection. And this is stuff I ended up keeping out of that collection. So, a lot of people I talked to the other day were like, I didn't think you liked metal. I do like metal, actually. I don't... Metal's one of those genres to where I don't love it, and usually it's worth more than I like it. You know, you know what I mean? It's just not something I crave an original press of. If I really want to get it, I can get a reissue. I just don't have a lot of metal. But like Black Sabbath is one of my favorite bands of all time, so I do like metal. But I also don't know metal that well. I don't know a lot about metal. Metal's about the same as punk for me. I know some, but I don't know a ton, so I don't really, you know, I don't buy a lot of it. I don't keep a lot of it. I do buy a lot of it if I can for the shop, but I don't keep a lot of it. So I'm going to show you the stuff I kept from that collection and some stuff I've been listening to. This past week, I've been listening to almost all metal because of, you know, the collection. You know, when I get a collection in and it's primarily one genre, I find myself falling into that genre and listening to it more. Just because, I don't know, man, it just takes me over. This whole week, the collection that I've gotten, it's just been really cool looking stuff that I've never heard of. So I'm like, I got to throw this on and listen to it. So it's been some cool stuff. So I'm going to show you the things that piqued my interest that I pulled out and kept. And see, also the thing was there's so much metal there. I don't have to put it all out because I can't put everything out. So I can take my time and listen to some of it. So that's the beauty of that. So this one thing that I'm definitely decided on keeping was this Metallica Ride the Lightning. On Instagram, I posted a picture of me pulling this out and finding it. You know, Dom was taking some pictures while we were at the house, and I pulled this out and was like, oh my gosh. Just because I have had one other copy of this. This is the Megaforce pressing, but this one is near mint in the shrink. It's a beautiful copy. The other one I had was a pretty nice copy, but it had some wear and tear on the cover. It wasn't perfect. This one is perfect. And I was like, man, I'm definitely... You could not find a better copy of this. It is absolutely perfect, unless it was sealed. And then you wouldn't know how good it was, because it might be warped on the inside. I'm joking. But this is just a stunning copy. So I sold my other copy at the metal drop. And then this is the one I'm keeping. And then also, same with this, I had a copy of this, which I haven't sold my other copy because I'm not sure where it's at. But I know I have this exact same first pressing with that split sticker on top. This is probably my favorite Metallica album. I love this record so much. And Justice for All, 1988. It's just, it's amazing stuff. They were on Electro by then. But I already had this, so mine, as soon as I find it, I'll put it up in the shop for sale. It's not worth as much, and it's not as rare, but the Megaforce stuff is more rare. This one, Megaforce, Kill 'Em All. I did not have this. I had a reissue of Kill 'Em All. And so I'll be putting my reissue in the shop and keeping this. I do love this record. And I mean, like I said, Metallica is, especially the past like 3 or 4 years, I've been getting a lot more into Metallica, and I really like Metallica. It's funny because when I was a kid, I didn't listen to Metallica at all. And, I had this really cool vintage Ride the Lightning t-shirt that I found at Goodwill, and it was really cool, but I didn't want to wear it because I didn't want to be a poser, and so I traded it for a Grateful Dead shirt, which I still have. So anyways, but I kind of wish I still had that Ride the Lightning shirt because it was sick. This is the original Master of Puppets in the shrink. It's another just beautiful copy. I didn't have an original press. I didn't have any copy of this because I was holding out for an original press, and here it is. So as you might be seeing a pattern, I kept all the Metallica. And then just this EP. This isn't that rare, but I needed it for my collection, so I kept it. So that's the Metallica stuff. Now, on to some of the even more expensive and crazy stuff. It is hard for me when there's records that I like and I find them, and I know I may never see them again. That's the hardest part about owning a shop, is when you find something really valuable and you're like, man, I might never see this again. This is so rare. But, you know, who knows, I might. But when I pulled this record out, I nearly made brownies downstairs. This is, if you don't know this record, it's called Pentagram. This is a first UK pressing. Only the first UK pressing has this this purple text. But, I mean, just look at that, man. It is so, this is such a cool band. So maybe a couple years ago, I don't know, they came out with some comp. I don't remember what it's called, but I had a copy of it. And it was and I didn't know anything about the band. Someone had traded in this album. It wasn't this album, but it was a compilation of like Pentagram stuff. And it looked really cool. Like the guys were all walking, all four of them were walking down the street or something, and it had just that title Pentagram above them. And somebody was like, hey, they traded in. They're like, if you like Black Sabbath, you should listen to this. It's really good. And I put it on. I was like, holy crap, this is good. And it was like, it's not really as much like Black Sabbath. I mean, it is, but it's doom, man. It is like essential. It's 100% the most doom, stereotypical doom album. And it's just like, it's just so good. I mean, it's not, I can't describe it because I don't know metal that well, but it's not crazy screaming vocals or anything like that. It's just like steady. I love it so much. So I was like, I'm going to put this on. I'm going to listen to it. And if I really, really like it, I'm going to hang on to it for a little while. And man, I put this on. I was like, I cannot sell this right now. I gotta hang on to it for a little while at least. So this is a really rare and very expensive record. I had a bunch of people call in the shop. Thing is, I'll make these videos, and then like people will see them, and people from all over the country will call the shop. Like, as soon as I posted the video of the metal collection, I was at the shop. The phone did not stop ringing all day, and I got nothing done. So I was like, hello? No, we're putting it on Saturday. I'm not shipping it to Timbuktu. Have a good day. I'm like, hello? And I try to be really nice, but it gets to be a bit much. So if you see something in my videos that you want, email me, please. I will get you when I have time. But yeah, a bunch of people are asking for that record, and I'm like, I don't know yet. I don't know. And you have to keep in mind, like, people, they get mad at me for keeping stuff, but like, think about it. Like, if you were to be the one that's like going around, and I had to drive like 3 hours to get that collection. I worked really hard to get it. You know, and then finally I get there, and I spend hours loading the truck and hours coming back, and like I pay people to come with me, and I rent a truck and all this stuff. And like, if I see a record I want, I'm going to keep it. Like, that's what keeps me doing this. Is number one is I got to have a job. Number two is I love seeing people get records that they want. I love seeing people come to the shop and they're like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this in person before. I want this so bad. That really does it for me. I love that. But also, I love records, and like what keeps me going is finding those. When I pull out a rare gem that I never thought I'd see in real life, I'm like, and it's like in someone's house, in someone's closet or something, and it's been sitting there for 30 years or whatever. It's just, that's uncovering something like that. It does it for me. You know, so I'm going to keep stuff. As long as my passion for records is going, you're going to get more records. So, the other one is the other Pentagram record, and this was autographed by the whole band. It says to Paul, the guy that passed away, that I got his collection. So that makes it kind of a little bit more sentimental for me. You know, when I get these collections, I do try to keep some things out of every collection because You know, this is not like, I'm not putting this on. Like, I really am grateful to the family for trusting me with this collection. And I also, like, I want, when I pass away, if someone gets my collection to sell it, that they appreciate me and they know that I put a lot of care and intention into each album that I bought. And so just to kind of remember them, I like to keep a few albums, because I'll pull an album out and be like, man, I remember buying this collection. I mean, even if it was 10 years ago, I'll remember the person I bought it from, and I can see their face in my head, like, when I pull it out. Like, so that's special to me. Anyways, I'm getting too chatty on this video. This Pantera Power Metal, holy crap, this is a good record. This is not like Pantera, you know, like the Pantera we all know and love. This is like a little bit more, it's different. It's more hair metal-y. People are going to get mad at me for saying that. It's not hair metal, but it's just different. You'll have to listen to it. But this is a great record. I really like this record, and it's really tough to find. And even the CD, like, we got all these CDs in, so Jeremy at the shop is pricing the CDs, because I don't know anything about CDs, so he might as well not price them. I don't know. And so he's looking them up on Discogs and stuff. And there's a copy of the CD, this Pantera CD, and it was $50 on Discogs. And we're like, what? Because you just can't find it. You can't, because they don't want you to hear that album, because it's not the Pantera. I suppose I'm just speculating, but this one's Near Man the Shrink, and I threw it on. I was like, I gotta keep that. Okay, so let's get to something that I debated on very, very hard. I debated on, I have bought a couple collections that have a lot of Iron Maiden stuff, because people, they collect Iron Maiden, they get all of it. They try to anyways. A lot of people are that way. And I have never been into Iron Maiden as much as I really, the aesthetic of Iron Maiden, like the graphics and stuff, are awesome, and they're really cool. And so I have never, like, you know, I know Run to the Hills and all that, you know, but I've never really been huge into Iron Maiden. But I really like I'm telling you, I used to be a graphic designer, not anymore, but if I need to, I can. And things like that just jump out at me like that. The artwork is just so killer with Iron Maiden. It's so good. I mean, I'll venture to say better than almost any band. I mean, you know, there's another, I mean, Yes has really good artwork. I don't know. There are other bands that have really good artwork, but Iron Maiden, just like the whole album cover tells a story every time, and it's just amazing. Anyway, so I was like, I'm going to keep one Iron Maiden record. That's what I decided. Out of every time I buy one of his collections, I have a bunch of Iron Maiden, I'm going to keep one. Okay? One. And then eventually I'll have them all. So I decided to keep this Seventh Son because I listened to a few and this was my favorite. And I've heard this one before, and this is kind of the one I kind of wanted. So this is a really good Iron Maiden. This is one of my, probably my favorite so far. I haven't listened to them all, but I really like this album. So I decided I'm going to keep that album. So I listened to it like 3 times, and I'm like, you know what? It wouldn't kill me to keep 2 of Iron Maiden's albums, because why not? This is one that I'd heard a few times, and I really like Powerslave. I really like this album. I had it maybe a couple months ago in the shop, and it was the promo. It was like a promo version. It was worth a lot more, so I just put it on the wall and sold it. This one is a great record, and the artwork is really cool. So I kept that one. Then, while I was pricing up some Iron Maiden, I threw another one on just to see how I would like it. And I'd heard a lot of these songs already. It turns out I loved it. So, Iron Maiden Self-Titled. This is a great copy. I threw it on and accidentally forgot to include it in the haul on Saturday. So, those are the 3 I kept. Sue me. I kept 3 Iron Maiden records, okay? No. Also, some of the metalheads traded some Iron Maiden in. So, I've been meaning to get a good copy of Live After Death, and this is a, like, really super clean Live After Death. So, I kept it. No big deal. Same guy traded in this UK press of Number of the Beast. I kept it. So, what am I supposed to do? Not keep it? Come on, guys. So, that's all the Iron Maiden. Just joking with you guys. That's all the Iron Maiden for now. I don't think I have any more at the shop that I have not put out. But maybe, I don't know. There's like the collection, I keep going back. Every time I go back to look at all this stuff, there's stuff I did not know was there. And there's like 2 boxes of country records. And basically, you know, I didn't think much of it. So I started looking through those the other night, and I found some like Miles Davis and stuff in there. So I was like, wow, some cool stuff. So he had really good taste. So I keep going back there and sifting through, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't realize this was back here. So there's some cool stuff back there. So there may be some more Iron Maiden. I don't know. This AC/DC High Voltage Australian press on Albert Records is, I've been trying to get all those early, you know, AC/DC Albert Records pressings, and so I needed this one. So I got it, kept it. This is one everyone asked for, and I've just been looking for it forever. It's this Black Crowes Shake Your Moneymaker. The first collection I ever bought had one of these in it, and I was so broke at the time that I sold it because I needed them. I needed the money, and I've been wanting one ever since. I have never seen another one. In all these years, I've never seen another first press, and it's weird because they are around, but I just have not seen one. So it's what's special about this collection is that it really reminds me a lot of the first collection I ever bought. There was a lot of similar things in this collection that I have not seen since then. And this was, you know, the first collection I bought was like 2010. So it's been 10 years. And some of the stuff I hadn't seen, and now I'm seeing it again, which is really cool. So this is one of them. So I kept it because I really love this. I love that album. I grew up listening to that album. Love it. And so also, you know, the Sabotage Sirens, those blue cover ones are like super expensive. So I ended up putting those on the wall. I still have the blue vinyl copy. It didn't sell because it's pricey, but the black vinyl copy did. This is the same album, it's just a different cover. And this one is autographed to Paul. And it's the whole band autographed it. And so I kept this because this is, I've never even heard of this band. And listening to him, he had a lot of their stuff. He had like probably six copies of this album. So I really like this album. It's very good. And then, same with this one. This one is called Hall of the Mountain King. It's just, the artwork's killer, and I really enjoyed listening to it. He had several copies of that, so I kept one. This one, okay, guys. I don't like, you know, I do like metal, but not as much as, I don't have any metal almost in my collection at all other than Black Sabbath. So I'm like picking out the key things I think that I want if I have some metal. Like if I decide I'm in the mood for it and I want to throw it on. And which this is a different type of metal, I guess. But this Slayer, South of Heaven, is dynamite, man. Holy moly. This is a good record. And I hadn't listened to it in a long time. I hadn't heard it in a long time. I threw it on. Actually, this, he told me there was some Slayer in there, and I didn't see it. But I was like, maybe it's somewhere. I don't know. And everyone was asking me, because I mentioned to somebody, like maybe on one of my videos or something, that there was some Slayer in there. And everybody's like, are you going to put the Slayer out? And I'm like, I can't find it. I don't know where it's at. And like, so, I don't know, a couple days ago, after I'd already did the drop, it was like, I think this was Sunday, yesterday. I was going through the back, and I was like, where's that Slayer? Because I know that it was in there, because he told me it was in there, but I just can't find it. And I finally found it. So last night I threw this on. And that title track, South of Heaven, is like, oh man, it is powerful. It's strong. It's good. But I just love, I love this record, and I'm not going to sell it. So it's really good, and I never see them. So, all right. Same with this. I didn't have any Anthrax in my collection, and I'll never see these. So this is original Megaforce. It's autographed by the whole band. Super cool. Fistful of Metal. Yeah, I listened to it, and I really like it. I've never ever been really super into Anthrax, but it's another one I knew I might not see one anytime soon, and it's autographed. A lot of the autograph stuff, not all of it. I mean, a lot of the autograph stuff I did sell, but some of the really cool autograph stuff that was autographed to him, I've kind of been like, man, this is really cool, and it's really personal. And so some of that stuff I kept. Same as this Trouble. I did not know this. This is Trouble self-titled. And this is like, so this one has the, from May 2nd, 1990, Baltimore, Maryland, Inner Harbor Concert Hall VIP pass on, like, stuck on the cover, and it's autographed by the whole band, and it's a promo, and it's in really good shape. But this is Deaf America, produced by Rick Rubin. I'm a sucker for produced by Rick Rubin stuff. I love him. But anyways, I did not know that this was a Christian band. They're like, someone commented on my Instagram, like, yeah, that's a Christian band. And I was like, really? And I started listening to it, and I was like, okay, I gotta see it. You know, some of the lyrics, they're not like straightforward, like gospel, but they have some Christian themes to them. But it's just funny to me that Rick Rubin produced a Christian band, but they're not like as outwardly Christian as like Stryper, but it's just kind of cool. And they're like, I don't know, this is a really cool record. I mean, some of the best sounding Christian rock and roll that I've ever heard. Really good stuff. And then this one, he had 3 copies of this Trouble record. And so I kept one. I'm going to listen to it some more. So another one he had like 4 copies of this, Crimson Glory. So I was like, I'll take a listen to this. You know, like a posters, a lot of Trouble posters and Crimson Glory posters. So this one was really cool. A lot of really killer guitar stuff in it. So I kept it. I'm going to listen to it a few more times. Same with this one. This one was dynamite. This Sacred Right. Holy moly. This was really good. This is the first press. I think like a year later, they did a second press. I want to say this is 82. They did an 83 press. The 82 press is harder to find. This is the 82. And he had 3 copies of this, so I kept one. And man, this one's really good too. So, hope you like all my metal descriptive words. Like, this is good, and I like it. This is a good copy of Technical Ecstasy, Black Sabbath. I didn't have this yet. I've had 1,000 of them in the past, but I just hadn't hung on to one. And since this collection was kind of so significant, I tried to keep that. I kept that one because I need a good clean copy, and there it is. This one, this Black Sabbath collection, I haven't seen this before. I mean, I've seen it before, but I've never had one. I don't think. I might have had one a few years ago. I can't remember. But this one's like in the shrink. It's perfect. It's beautiful. And man, that text, man, that gets me. That's so cool. But it's just a good comp of greatest hits. And it's got, you know, this is a Black Sabbath song, and I just looked at it. Has Sabracadabra on there. That's a Black Sabbath song a lot of people don't really talk about. That song is freaking killer. It's one of my favorite Sabbath songs, Sabracadabra. And it's not one, I mean, you always hear Paranoid and War Pigs and, you know, Iron Man and all that. Like, those are the big ones. But Sabracadabra, that's a sleeper. It's a good one. And then this is a 4-song. This is limited to 5,000 copies. It's like a 4-song EP. It's got Paranoid, Iron Man, War Pigs, and Black Sabbath on it. But that is such a cool cover, man. That's like frame-worthy cover. And so I'm keeping it. And then this is one I just don't see very often. And this is a UK. It's a NIMS pressing, so... but it's Sabotage, and I've been wanting a good copy of this for a long time. So there's a good copy. For now, I'm keeping that one. So that was all the metal, I think. Oh no, we got one more. You're gonna laugh at me. If you don't know this song, you're missing out. This is it's called Stars, or is it called We're Stars? Anyways, it's a band called Hearing Aid, which consisted of, I'm not going to read all his names, but basically people from...
Quiet Riot, Dokken, Motley Crue, Ted Nugent, Twisted Sister, Dokken, I said that already, Judas Priest, Wasp, Dio, Rough Cut, Queensryche, Vanilla Fudge, Iron Maiden, Spinal Tap.
So all these people from all these bands got together. If I remember correctly, I'm completely shooting from the hip here, but they heard the... We Are the World, you know, all the pop stars did. So it was like Michael Jackson, and I don't remember all that was in there, but I feel like Bruce Springsteen was in there, and like Bob Dylan, and all these like famous people, Kenny Rogers, and all these people were in that, and none of these metal guys were invited. And they were like, what the heck, man? Metal's music too, and we can help people too. And so they're like, we're going to do our own, called Hearing Aid. Who cries for the children? I do. And then it goes, chung, chung. when I was a kid, I tried to do a cover of this song. I love this song. It's so funny. And it's so good, but there's like a 10-minute guitar solo in the middle. All these guitars from all these bands going. You can find the music video on YouTube, but it's just freaking ridiculous. Anyways, so I've been wanting one of those, so there it was. This is Almond Brothers, We Are No Angels, 87, live in 87. I love the Almond Brothers, and this is a cool bootleg. Man, this video is running way too long. So, he had this Neil Young, Old Ways. I've been wanting a copy of this, haven't had one. And so, I grabbed that one. And then I'm undecided on this Ragged Glory. It's sealed. A really good friend of mine wants it, and we got to negotiate price. This is sealed, so, I mean, I don't know. So I may end up keeping it. I've not told him 100% he could have it yet. But this one's another one that I had in that first collection. I've not seen one since, and I've been wanting one. I sold mine, and I really regretted selling it. So this is a really great record. And lately, I have been listening to Harvest Moon, and I couldn't find my copy. I think I left it at the shop. But, like, me and my wife and kids have been in the car driving a lot lately. And Harvest Moon by Neil Young, we've all been listening to that album and absolutely loving it. That is, and the song Harvest Moon has been constantly on repeat in my head. It's just been stuck in my head. I love it. Love it so much. I also showed this Almond Brothers Dreams box set. This is a beautiful 6 LP box set. That is some absolute killer artwork inside too. If you like the shrooms, they're in there and they're smiling at you. Really good stuff. And then this new Townes Van Zandt just came out. Somebody had to write it. It's a really cool later Townes Van Zandt. Like, I think it's just one performance. I don't really know. But I think it just recently came out. And I got a bunch of copies for the shop. And no one's buying it because no one knows who Townes Van Zandt is. But I always recommend it. But this is a really cool, if you're in the shop and you're around and you like singer-songwriter, country, Americana type stuff. This is so good. So good. And then Elf, kind of proggy band with Ryan James Dio as the lead singer. That was in the metal collection and I kept it. Oh, I missed this one. This one's Mind Funk. Say that real carefully. This is a funk metal band and it is really good. It's like if Red Hot Chili Peppers were a little bit more metal. I like it. And then the last one is this Blair Nightlife. This was traded in, and it's funk. It's real funky funk. So I gotta spend some more time with this. I'm running too long. I try to keep these under 30 minutes. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button right there in the middle. And follow us on Instagram so you can keep up with all the stuff we're putting in the shop and the crazy stuff we're up to. And we will see y'all next time.